here is Chief Meteorologist Chase Jones.
Zoe was talking about the infinite workday, but if you do weather, it's sort of working every day. But I know some of you actually get out there and really work out in this weather, and we're going to be working all weekend. Speaking of work, Steven's going to be making his way in, so we're going to toss the keys over to him, watching some of that cloud cover make its way in as we get ready for Friday night football in Texas. We've been waiting all year. Finally, it's here, but temperatures over the last 24 hours getting them wrong right now, all the way down into those mid-70s, I said lower 70s. Then we made our way all the way up to that triple-digit mark. I said mid-90s, and the rain is making its way in, so at least I got that part right. But of course, we're keeping our eye on these temperatures. Check the weather before you make your way out towards the game. 96 in San Angelo. Everybody else in a combination of triple digits, upper 90s, if not those upper 80s across the entire area. Pockets of rain making its way through. 102 in Sterling City, 99 down there in Junction, 84 over there in Mason. So we have about 18 degrees across the entire Concho Valley for a beautiful Friday. But of course, I told you yesterday was going to be the last hot day. I mean today, because by the end of the weekend, it's going to be the last day of summer and the beginning of fall, and cooler weather is going to be in here. I keep talking about it. I don't know if it's going to make its way in. Dew points are in those 50s and those 60s, up into those 70s, while humidity indices are all over the place right now, 30s, 40s, 70s. So we're going to continue to see some of these humid conditions all the way through the weekend because rounds of moisture are going to continue to make their way through. Moisture tracker is going to show you the concentrations of yellow just on the eastern side of the Concho Valley. We're finally seeing a cold front make its way through, and of course, we're on the tail end of a ginormous stationary boundary all the way over to East Texas. Now, upper level pattern, take a good look at the cutoff low around the Hudson Bay. It's going to push in by next week, and more cold air is going to sink down very quickly, and that's going to continue to cool us off. I promise you we're only going to level out in somewhere in those lower 90s, but I'm on the lookout for seconds somewhere around October. Now, water vapor imagery, we're really just focusing on the convection going strong in the Concho Valley, but keeping our eye on this monster cutoff low off the west coast. Now, severe weather outlook is parts of the Rocky Mountain Front Range from Nebraska all the way down into parts of Colorado, if not the tip of the Panhandle, and down at the surface. We're just focusing, don't look at that severe weather, we're just focusing on those kickoff conditions. Take a good look at it, making its way through, getting the weather right today, but of course the radar showing you pockets of moisture pushing down towards the south. Now, Futurecast is going to give you a better idea of where these rainstorms are going to collapse and make their way out, so be on the lookout for those flash flooding conditions and some of those flooded roads out there, but of course also be careful about some of the cops that are lingering around. By tomorrow afternoon, another round's going to make its way in, but of course Steven will get a closer look. It makes its way out with some of that cooler weather, sticks around all night, then by Sunday morning another round will make its through. It's priming the atmosphere for another afternoon thunderstorm activity, sort of fun-filled weekend. So if you don't have any plans on the inside, go ahead and stay outside. So tonight we're really focusing on Griff's game of the week. Of course, it's going to be Mason versus Wall, 88 somewhere around kickoff, then by the fourth quarter 85, then as we continue to cool off throughout the rest of the night, all the way down into those 70s, and went ahead and fast forwarded tomorrow a good run at those mid-90s. We'll see if I get it right, but we're on the lookout for that afternoon thunderstorm activity throughout the continuous weekend. Now, as we get closer towards the end of August, this is really the last weekend of it, and the beginning of Labor Day, really the end of the long weekend, seeing those cooler temperatures in those mid-80s. Take a good look, a good cool down. Then we warm up into those lower 90s before the next drop in temperatures pushes us down into those mid-80s, while those overnight lows gradually drop into those mid-60s. Stay tuned. I'll have more for the break. You're watching KSAN News.